Absolutely. Obviously, just in reflection, great evening last Friday in terms of the result, opening win in the SEC conference. Obviously, great result, but more so just to have 3,000 fans out of the stadium and sort of have that crowd and just sort of get that reception from the Tiger fans at home was fantastic to see. The rankings just came out for the week, so we've moved up to number 5 in the polls, which is, obviously the highest we've ever been ranked in school history. So we're not getting carried away with it, but it is nice to sort of see our continued success reflected in the polls. And I think we're the only team in the SEC at the moment in the top 10. So that's huge for us. Looking ahead to this weekend, obviously a really big game on the road at Ole Miss on Thursday night. They are having a fantastic season themselves. They'll be a very difficult opponent for us, certainly in their home ground. We lost one last season in regular conference season, and then beat them in the conference tournament. So it's going to be a tight affair. They've got one of the best forwards in the conference in Channing Foster and a fantastic goalkeeper in Orcus. So huge test for us on Thursday night, and then return home on Sunday against Georgia at 11 a.m. on national TV. So really hopeful to get another record crowd out to the soccer stadium next Sunday or on Sunday.
All right, thanks, Coach. And then if y'all have any questions, y'all can ask away.
I have a quick question, Coach. I remember back before the season started, you talked about how you took the team on a team retreat. How would you say doing stuff like that, like kind of morale boosters and team builders, how has that benefited to the success of the team up to this point?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a huge proponent of team building trips in preseason. I think it's a time where you get to know each other off the field before the pressures of competition enter the fray. So we did a lot of, trust building, vulnerability activities, had a lot of fun together. And I think that just forms bonds and connections and chemistry that you sort of lean on when you're in moments of pressure, as you get sort of deeper into the season. And I think you've seen in moments of adversity when that has come, most notably the really fast goal that we conceded at Arizona State a few weeks ago. The response that the team have in those moments is not to, dip their heads down in individual mistakes and dwell on that, but to sort of pull together in those moments and to respond at a really high level. So huge proponent for team building, in preseason and throughout the whole season. Actually, we make an effort to do something on a weekly basis on a Wednesday night before we open up on Thursdays, of making sure that we're continuing with that throughout the whole season.
Thank you, Coach.
I'll ask one, Coach, too. I guess going on the road, first SEC away game. I mean, y'all been battle tested on the roads thus far this year. How do you think that has y'all prepared going into road play on the SEC?
Yeah, we've obviously, played some really, really difficult teams on the road. So I think that has prepared us tremendously well for what we're going to see in the SEC in terms of maybe being backs to the wall at times, where you expect the opponent on their home ground to take the game to you. We've done a lot of work this week in training of being a little bit more compact with our team shape. I think against Mississippi State last Friday, they opened us up at times. We were really excited. We want to get forward in front of that fan base, but at times we might have left ourselves a little bit exposed defensively. So that's been our focus this week in training. We know that Ole Miss are going to put the ball in the box. They are a very tall and sometimes very direct team. They beat us on a set piece on our home ground last year. We lost 1-0 on a corner kick that they finished on the back post. So that's definitely a huge piece of their identity as a team, loading players in the box, long throw-ins, corners, free kicks. They're going to be pumping balls in the box. We're going to have to deal with that space. But for me, I think this team believes at the moment that we can go anywhere and get a result, and that will be the mindset on Thursday of going there. And making sure that we are organized. We're defensively really difficult to break down, but that we continue to have this attacking mentality of scoring goals against every team that comes, that we come in contest with, and making sure that we're always taking the field with the mindset of winning and not with just sitting in and holding our own, so to speak.
Hi, Coach. I have a quick question. With the new ranking coming out today to No.5, how do y'all plan to continue to improve as a team? And has the dynamic of the team changed any with the improving rankings?
I think we talk a lot about being thankful and having gratitude and experience in the moment. And I think, everybody's enjoying the success that we're on, the success that we're having, and this sort of road this journey that we're on together. But I think each week when the ranking comes out, it's just about, can we continue with, taking steps forward and using the momentum that we have, and moving up. It's not something that we are fazed by at the moment. We're just looking forward to our next opponent, and just sort of continuing to chase that #1 spot.
Thank you.
Yes, Coach. I have a question. So with Wasla Dorswale getting called up to the Ghana national team, just how proud are you of her, and who would be that next woman up, or is it like more of a team effort? What's your opinion on that?
Well, having had the opportunity to play for my country and to captain my country, I can tell you that there's no greater honor as an athlete than that. And so when this opportunity came out a week or two ago for Wasilla, I think obviously everybody thinks about what they're going to be missing in order to be able to fulfill that obligation. But for us, it was always about celebrating her in that moment. It's a tremendous honor. It's a great accomplishment for her. She went away. She started the game last week against South Africa, had a great performance. And so we are so proud of her. The team is 100% behind her. And we've talked a lot this past week about, college playing at LSU is obviously, a phenomenal thing that we all get to do. We get to represent this great institution. But what is next for our players? We want them to have this desire to go on and play professionally, to represent their country. And so I think Wasilla is paving the way for our current team in that respect. And we are absolutely thrilled for her to have that opportunity.
And Coach, can you just talk a little bit about when she'll be back, when she's back in the lineup for you all, just kind of that timeline a little bit as well?
Yeah, she will have an opportunity to play at Ole Miss on Thursday. We were originally anticipating that she would be gone for that game, but she will be back in contention for that game. So it's just a case of sort of monitoring her load with travel and sort of where she's at physically when she gets back to town before we make the decision on whether she'll compete in that game for us or not. But she'll be certainly back in contention for Sunday's game at Georgia, for sure.
I have one last thing. I know you brought up about the record-breaking crowd this past week. Compared to last season, what would you say having a crowd like that does for the team, and just the all-around experience of the game, being able to have the fans behind you chanting chants and willing y'all on throughout the whole game?
Oh, it was so special, to walk out there on Friday night and see that fan base behind us. I mean, it just gives everybody a lift. It is, like I said in some of my media this week, it's one of the main reasons that I chose to come to LSU, because I grew up in a fanatical society about soccer. I was a huge Manchester United fan. I traveled with, 70, 80,000 other people every weekend to watch them play. And it's something that I'm really passionate about here in Louisiana, is growing the sport. Obviously that starts at the grassroots level with with the little kids, but I think we can create a soccer culture here. You know, I've seen some tweets about this is a soccer school now, and you know, that just warms my heart because I think that we have this unbelievable passion for soccer in Louisiana, and we just need a team to get behind, and hopefully, you know, the Tigers are now providing that. But it was so special, and for us now, it's about how can we keep the fans coming back. Hopefully, they enjoyed the experience last Friday, you know, and they're hungry for more, because I can tell you that the team, I mean, it's all they've talked about, you know, the chants and just the atmosphere, and you know, obviously being on national TV and getting to broadcast that across the country shows recruits that we're interested in, that if they choose to come to LSU, that's the kind of atmosphere and fan base they'll get to play in front of too. So, you know, we can't do it without the fans. It was a great lift, and it's something that we want to continue to sort of cultivate as we go through the rest of this season. But so special.